Marc Marquez.
Marc Marquez.
Marc Marquez.
Marc Marquez, que acaba aquí su andadura en el Repsol Honda.
Marc Marquez and Honda will be ending their 11-year relationship at the end of the season.
Our life is changing. I had many doubts. It was the biggest decision of my career.
The team of my life, the team of my career will be Repsol Honda team, and will be part of my career. Thank you very much.
Now stop now.
After Marc is missing for 3 races after his injury in the first round in Portimao, he is back. Marc is a winner, Marc is a fighter, it's in his DNA. And Marc is back still believing that he's competitive enough to fight for the World Championship in 2023.
Hoy sí, ya toca, ¿no?
Of course, I will do my 100%, and I'm the first one that I say this championship is very long, so wait.
Up in a second, but it's Marc Marquez that will lead into the Dunlop chicane for the very first time. Shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee. Miller has the inside line going into garage there. Here comes Bensaki. He's running Marc Marquez right out to the car park there. And here comes Marc Marquez.
Martin now does make the move.
Martin goes for it again into garage there. Can this time round he make it through? No, he can't. Oh, Marquez has gone down. That's going to hurt. This is going to hurt big time for Marc Marquez. It just shows, Lewis, he's constantly on the limit, on the edge.
The mistake was give up and for position. This was the mistake was like the podium was there, just 1 lap and a half, and I was defending last 6 laps. I was defending a lot. Everything.
We saw but he was catching the direct.
But the thing, I'm a winner guy, and my mentality will never change. But I need the tools, because if not, I will finish like this. I mean, I cannot control. When I'm there, I want to win. And these guys are not better than me. But if I don't have the tools, you see. Yeah, I can do magic things 1, 2 laps, but not 27 laps.
The worrying thing for Honda is their problems are nothing new. They've known about them for 3 or 4 years. What we've seen is Marc's incredible skill set, Marc's phenomenal talent has masked some of the problems. But now we're even finding out, more so than ever in 2023, even a rider of Marc's God-given talent, he can only do so much because Ducati is so strong,
Next step is on the bike. I mean, I feel ready. Now the Japanese, they need to work. Okay. Thank you. All the best.
Honda clearly currently is nowhere near the level that Marc Marquez requires, and that's pushing Marc to take some big risks.
He's going to get running close. Alex Marquez, that was really late. Oh, Marquez, he's gone down. And it's another DNF then for 30-year-old Spaniard Marc Marquez. He's looking at that stricken Honda. He can't believe it.
It's the first time we've seen Marc let his frustration show, you know. I can't make it work, no matter what I do.
Bueno, menos mal que llega a Alemania, a ver si ayuda un poquito, aunque me gustaría llegar de otra manera. Gracias.
Here in the Saxon Ring, it's all eyes on Marc Marquez. He's the king of the Saxon Ring.
Marc Marquez wins for the 7th successive time here in the Saxon Ring. Number 9 for Marc Marquez here at the Saxon Ring. And still the king of the ring, Marc Marquez wins! 11 years on the trot for him.
Yo no recuerdo que esta recta no haga. Sí, está.
Te iba a decir, depende del año, no. Todos han ido bien.
For sure, Marc and Honda in this track are so competitive, so they are the reference.
Yo creo que aquí tendrían que hacer un long lap.
No.
Para un poco más tiempo. Sí.
Sí, hombre. Tan loco.
He has won 11 times here, so everybody expects him to win this year again.
Utilizaremos el factor campo, como en el fútbol. I hope, fingers crossed, that this year will be not different. Aquí arriesgaremos este fin de semana. Questa pista mi piace. Flanderamiento es que soy malo, ¿qué quieres?
Already on Friday, we can see clearly straight away that it's not going to be an easy weekend.
Oh, crikey, sorry, Simon. Wow.
Oh, he's like so angry.
Of course, I try to be always super calm, but sometimes it's impossible.
Every time he pushes, something happens.
Oh, David! Oh, that's horrendous. That is horrendous.
On Saturday, just when Marc thinks it can't get any worse, it does get worse, and he's crashing again.
Oh, no, he's tipped off.
That's that last corner.
Simon, he hadn't even barely come to a rest in the gravel trap, and he would already he didn't even look at the bike crash.
I admire his hunger. He's on a mission.
And another one.
Oh, Alex Marquez has gone down again. Marc Marquez makes another mistake.
And right at the point you think Marc has hit rock bottom, he crashes again.
The third time in about 30 minutes, he goes flying into the gravel trap. More disaster coming the way of Marc Marquez.
To watch each crash slowly beat him into submission, and that 5th one, you see he's broken.
No, it's Marquez again. That is crash number 5 of the weekend then for number 93, and he's hurt. He's down again. This can't go on. This just cannot go on, can it?
It's heartbreaking to watch his crash in the warm-up on Sunday. He's standing at the side of the track, looking completely helpless, looking like finally he's been beaten by the Honda in all these crashes.
One crash, then another one. your confidence starts to be lower and lower and lower.
For all humans, I mean, this is probably too much.
Was the point when where we understand and when we realize that, okay, we are in a difficult moment.
Marc, why have you decided to withdraw, Marc? Marc, very quickly, why have you decided to withdraw?
I'm not, I don't feel ready to race. Thank you.
This is the moment where there's a switch that's gone off in Marc's head. Right here, right now in Germany is where Marc Marquez, for the first time in his career, is thinking, I could leave Honda. I'm seriously going to start thinking about leaving Honda, and who would have thought we'd ever be saying that?
Los rumores sobre tu futuro se disparan.
You have to consider your options now.
Will you be with Honda next year at this current stage? What can you say?
Most of the inputs that we have from him is that he has to stay because he has a contract. That's the main quote from him.
For next year I have a contract. I have contract next year with Honda. De momento tengo contrato el año que viene.
We all know that you can break a contract.
All the rumours about Marc's future are part of what we call the silly season.
¿Cuándo es la reunión definitiva, decisiva con los jefes de Honda? ¿Ha sido ya? ¿Va a ser en un rato? ¿Puedes decir algo?
Same in MotoGP than in football than in F1. The transfers is probably, I would say, one of the most talking points of the season. Everybody wants to know who is going where.
Do you see yourself in this paddock next year?
Rumors about your future.
What's the latest with you?
I have now the two offers in the hand.
We will see for the future.
Anything is possible.
Do you know which team you're going to be with next season?
¿Te gustaría que esa Ducati fuera para Márquez? Soy de todo. Hasta que KTM quiera hacer un equipo contigo con Acosta.
¿Te has ofrecido a KTM?
Mentira.
One of the biggest question marks about 2024 is what's going to happen to the KTM and Gas setup, because they have created a very big headache for themselves because they've got 5 riders on the contract and just 4 bikes.
KTM has assured in 100% that they will give a bike to Pedro Acosta for next year.
He can be the rider that makes KTM MotoGP World Champions for the first time ever.
Through goes Pedro Acosta. Acosta's got it! Got it! The first lightweight world champion as a rookie since Loris Capirossi. The Spanish superstar creates history. He is the youngest ever Moto2 world champion.
Pedro Acosta's arrival in the Gas Tech 3 team means, unfortunately, there's no place for Pol Espargaro on the 2024 grid.
Para ayudar a la fábrica, que es lo que yo más quiero, creo que eso era lo mejor para las dos partes, o al menos para una de momento, y estando yo de reemplazo en caso de alguna lesión para los demás pilotos.
And this just shows it's a yearly battle for a rider to earn his place in MotoGP, and this process is like a domino effect. Once one rider in the team makes a move, all the bits of the puzzle start to fall into place.
The first domino for 2024 has fallen. Frankie Morbidelli will not be a Yamaha rider post-2023.
It's no secret that the factory was, speaking with other riders.
Yamaha have decided to go in a different direction. That direction is Alex Rins.
Alex Rins leaving LCO Honda to move to Yamaha means that there is a Honda seat clearly available. They need to go into the market and find somebody with experience, somebody who's going to come in and use their knowledge, and Johann Zarco kind of perfectly fits that profile. Of course, what that means now is one of the best bikes on the grid is now available at Prima Pramat Ducati. That is a very, very attractive seat that a lot of riders are going to be pushing for.
Big breaking news, Lewis, wasn't it, coming into this British Grand Prix weekend? Marco Bezzecchi could be parachuted into the Prima Pramac Racing Ducati squad.
What can you tell us about your future? Nothing.
So as we stand here now, do you know which team you're going to be with next season?
No.
Will he take the GP24 in Pramac Racing, or will he stay with VR46?
Performing under this pressure is part of the job. It's always been like that, and it always will be.
It's lights out, and we are racing here in Silverstone. Somebody's gone wide. Is that Jorge Martin? Banyaija then has immediately got through on Alex Marquez. Now he's attacking Marco Bezzecchi.
Oh, Bezzecchi!
He's gone down. Marco Bezzecchi then was in second place, building the pressure, keeping the pressure on world champs with Banyaija, and that's a massive blow for his championship. Here he goes then, Aleix Espargaro trying to make it a fairy tale victory here at Silverstone for the factory Aprilia. Aleix Espargaro wins an absolute classic Silverstone MotoGP race. Banyaija was denied on the very last lap, but in terms of bigger picture, in terms of the championship, what a massive 20 points that was for the Italian, with Marco Bezzecchi crashing out early on at Stowe and Jorge Martin coming through the 6th place.
Aleix Espargaro's amazing victory at Silverstone is one of the few highlights for the Aprilia rider in 2023. There were big expectations after being a title contender in 2022, but the reality is that this year, Aleix and also Aprilia just aren't at the same level as last season.
If you want to fight for the championship against Ducati, you have to be always on the top.
Al final de año está bien ganar 1 o 2 carreras, pero es mejor hacer 10 podiums que ganar una carrera y caerte 3 veces, ¿sabes?
That's a question for one of the factories.
Aleix Espargaro's gone down. It was a dream and fairy tale here for Aprilia and Aleix Espargaro in the Grand Prix 1 year ago, but it's a nightmare in the sprint.
But that's a cracker for Aleix Espargaro.
Aleix Espargaro's having a wretched season, isn't he? Aleix Espargaro's got a problem, and it looks like there's going to be no points on offer for the factory Aprilia team.
¿Cómo puede tener tanta mala suerte, tío? ¿Cómo puede ser? ¿Cómo puede ser tan desgraciado? No me... Ha sido mi culpa, porque de hecho yo he cometido errores por querer demasiado, hacer siempre la pole, intentar ganar siempre, he hecho muchas vueltas rápidas, pero tenía que haber estado un poco más tranquilo. Unfortunately, I don't have the speed that I had last season. Or the others have more speed than us. I felt that we are a little bit more far than last year. I make too many mistakes during the races, so I think that it's better, you know, even if you don't win 2 races, but it's better to be more competitive overall and to be fighting for the title.
The Austrian flags waving, nearly 94,000 fans here on race day.
The championship fight is still on, with 3 Ducati riders aiming for the title. The spotlight, though, is firmly on one as Marco Bezzecchi keeps his 2024 plans a closely guarded secret.
Bezzecchi finds a way through. He's going in wide again, and they almost touch on the exit. Yeah, here comes Bezzecchi. No problemo whatsoever for the number 1. Ducati reigns supreme once again here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg. Marco Bezzecchi does take a very challenging third place. Martin 7th.
Ho deciso comunque di continuare con la mia squadra perché per me il valore umano è molto importante. Non è stata una scelta facile perché comunque ovviamente quando ti propongono anche una Moto Factory è difficile.
¿Te ha sorprendido o esperabas la decisión de Bezzecchi de quedarse donde estaba?
Me ha sorprendido.
¿De qué?
Porque negociar una moto de fábrica por una anterior creo que no tiene mucho sentido.
The options now for Prima Pramac Ducati seem to be pretty clear. They know that Frankie Morbidelli is available, having been released out of his factory Yamaha contract. He lands a Ducati GP24 dream ticket for Frankie Morbidelli. I mean, he's probably still pinching himself.
Fabio, non so se te lo chiedo se ti dà meno, ma ti dà fastidio vedere, sei invidioso di vedere Morbidelli che l'anno prossimo va a Ducati? Sì. No. Io lo capisco.
Frankie is moving onto the best bike on the grid, the best bike in MotoGP, and unfortunately, Yamaha has not been able to provide the competitive bike that Fabio needs and Fabio wants.
The bike now is super important. If you don't have the bike, you can be whatever rider you are, but you are not on the top.
Oh. Worst MotoGP qualifying performance of Quartararo's career, starting in 22nd place. It's been an awful day, a dreadful day to say the least. That's no exaggeration, is it, for Yamaha and Fabio Quartararo? Oh, he's down! It's been another Quartararo catastrophe, hasn't it, here? And it just goes from bad to worse. An ugly 2023 has taken another horrible turn and twist for Fabio Quartararo.
The others are making big steps forwards. We didn't find something.
Sento che le evoluzioni non vanno come il professore Ti ha dicho quest'anno que no vamos para adelante. Podemos por el más poder. Pero no podemos que la dinamista. Que más los campos pues la moto de
It must be so frustrating for Fabio, you know. He's fighting to get in the top 10. Can you imagine how hard that is to swallow?
I feel like it's not my bike, you know, it's not good feeling.
Bastante worse situation than last year in the bad moments or similar?
Right now it's much worse. We are completely lost when we are behind someone, and the thing is I don't know why, and the team don't know how to resolve the problem. So they need to believe more of what the riders said than what computer and information said.
For a rider, it's mentally really difficult when results don't arrive.
You always question yourself. I have spent some really tough moments at home during especially the first part of the season, while I was not enjoying my life basically on the racing, outside the racing. But I think when you are having some tough times, you learn a lot, and hopefully soon I will bounce back.
Here comes Quartararo then. What's going on here?
Great ride from the 2021 world champion. Absolutely class from Fabio Quartararo.
I see myself like one of the best, and I want to fight for victory every single weekend. This is the mentality that you have to get if you really want to be a number one.
Do you think we should follow you in 2024 as a contender for the title?
Of course. This is my goal. The mentality you have to get is to win.
The situation of Quartararo and Yamaha is quite similar to Marc and Honda.
I think Marc is one of the most loyal guys I've seen in my time in the paddock, but we've seen this year more than ever that loyalty has been tested, and it seems tested beyond Marc's limit.
Are you convinced Marc will be with Honda next year?
I think every person is free to do what he wants in life.
The dream scenario, the perfect scenario for Marc is Honda give him a competitive bike for 2024, and we'll find out if they can do that at the crucial post-race test in Misano.
Sí, test de Misano es clave. Bueno, es clave. Es muy importante ya para intentar entender qué pasa o qué pasará en 24.
It's one of the biggest days where you get the first indications of what the manufacturers are thinking, what they're developing for 2024. Riders are going to be thinking, well, have they bought what I want?
It's not usual to see Marc finishing a test before the clock stops, and it happens in Misano test.
Well, he looks really frustrated, very disappointed, because he obviously expected a lot more and was frustrated with the fact that Honda had not really given what he asked for.
Las decisiones o mis teorías las tengo, hay plan A, plan B y plan C. Tengo las tres ideas muy claras, tengo claro lo que tiene que pasar para cada uno de ellos, así que bueno, tiempo, falta tiempo. Estic fos de cap, no de físic. De cap, tío. El sol. Tot el dia està ja fotent-li voltes al cap.
My option A always has been Honda, but you need option B.
Plan B is an incredible move to Ducati. Can you imagine Marc Marquez on a Ducati? They are, in the pecking order, the 4th ranked Ducati team. If Marc does decide to leave Honda to go to a completely independent team on a year-old machinery without his crew, for me it would be the biggest story in MotoGP in 20 years.
Mi zona de confort, incluso con malos resultados, es estar en Honda. Es donde he hecho toda la vida, donde tengo todo mi equipo, donde pues, tengo un salario el mejor de la parrilla, donde todo va bien, ¿no? Pues ¿para qué cambiar?
The red hot topic right now here is, what is this man doing? Marc Marquez. Is this a Honda farewell on Japanese soil for the 8 times world champion? Has been picked up by Marquez. This could be a Honda home podium. Look at the grip that he picks up. Marquez then into the podium places here. Marquez up to 3rd.
We can say that today's podium was a very romantic podium, so it was very nice. Bye-bye, Honda.
Marc Marquez.
Marc Marquez.
Marc Marquez.
Marc Marquez.
Former world champion Marc Marquez and Honda's MotoGP team will be ending their 11-year relationship at the end of the season.
Ist es offiziell. MotoGP-star Marc Marquez wechselt wie erwartet zu Ducati.
Marc Marquez, kao što znamo, ove sezone nije baš u borbi za titulu, ali ipak ovog četvrtka bio u centru pažnje.
Marc Marquez che acaba aquí su andadura en el Repsol Honda.
È arrivata anche l'ufficialità. Marc Marquez l'anno prossimo guiderà una Ducati del team Gresini.
Marc Marquez foi confirmado como novo piloto da Gresini.
was super difficult. I mean, especially last week was super hard about emotional side. My heart say Honda, 100%. Why? Because my friends, my mechanics, my team, my sponsors are there. But then the other part, the brain, say, why not? I don't want to retire in the future without trying what I feel. With the Repsol Honda team, always I will have nice words and good memories.
The new world champion in MotoGP in 2030 is the rookie Marc Marquez.
We just say thanks to Honda, to all my team. From 11 years, we won 6 World Championships.
He wins here in Japan.
More than 50%.
Ecstasy for Marc Marquez's crew.
Honda, Motegi, really happy with my team, with the mechanic. This means a very success era, a very success chapter.
Marc Marquez wins his 6th world title.
I'm very proud of my team, of Honda.
Marc Marquez masters Motegi. He is world champion in 2018. He wins in Thailand, and he is the 8th-time world champion. Marc Marquez, he's been magnificent.
All the Repsol Honda team, they did an amazing job this year. Thought them will be impossible, them will be impossible, them will be impossible. Now our life is changing, is going in one way and the other way. I want to say thanks to Honda, the team of my life, the team of my career. Will be Repsol Honda team, and will be part of my heart. Thank you very much.
Banyaija's gone down. Attenzione!